Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Godcraft's first mod spotlight. And today we're going to be doing universal electricity, which is a pretty incredible I guess high-tech mod slash API as well. It's basically like, let's say, industrial craft, but the very core level of it, where many developers have access to the source and the API, and then they put all the add-ons on top of it. And we have really cool things coming up, and they'll be in other spotlights showing you each of the components. But for example, we got ICBM, which is missiles and rockets. We got atomic science, which is a nuclear plugin. We got steam power, which is using water and I guess coal and stuff to produce steam power. And you got basic pipes, and you got Godcraft, which is like protection blocks, and I think even some weaponry blocks like fences, like chain fences and barbed wire fencing and all that fun stuff. And then we even have power tools, and there's another one coming out, Hawk's tool mod blocks, and where it'll have a sort of like an ore grinder, and then a cleaner, like I think it's actually called a washer, to wash it out and stuff like that. Multiple steps instead of just doing, you know, some of the mods how they have macerator, for example. There's quite a few of them out there that has you have a chance of getting an extra piece of bar or whatever when you smelt it. This one is actually going to have a few steps in the process. Kind of makes it a little more fun. And of course there's many more add-ons coming in the future, and it's a very, very young mod, so it definitely deserves some attention in the world out there for sure. So today I'm going to show you, it comes with 2 ores right now. There probably will be some more down the road, maybe. Oh, look at that. I'm already destroying my nice little demo there. But you got your copper and your tin. Pretty basic. I'm showing you the vanilla style. I didn't bother spaxing it up yet, but this is the vanilla style. Normal and simple. It looks good. And in here, I just show you can take copper ore, turn it into copper ingots. You can take the tin ore, turn it into tin ingots. You can take copper, tin, and copper again in that shape and create bronze dust. And with bronze dust, you can smelt it and you can create bronze ingot. And then with 4 of them, you can create a bronze plate. And with there's even another one called steel. And you take charcoal, not coal, but charcoal, just like this recipe right here, with an iron in the middle. You can create steel dust, and with the steel dust you can take steel ingots, and then you can again, with 4 steel, create steel plates. And this is probably the main foundation of everything, and wool's used in redstone dust, and etc. And you can create some really cool machinery. So I'm not going to walk through how to build every single thing, but I will show you majority of it in NEI here. So if we check on NEI, copper wire is the big one. I mean, copper wire, I like how it shows all the multiple color wool, because you can mix and match them, it doesn't matter. So you need 6 pieces of wool and 3 pieces of copper ingots, and you can create 7 copper wires, which is pretty cool. So with that, we can make a battery box, and with batteries, you have to use tin and redstone and coal, and of course the steel plates, and you can get a nice battery box out of that. And a coal generator, which is basically to make the power right now in the base of the mod. Of course, the add-on mods adds, you know, new features like the nuclear one, which is the atomic science, and then you got steam power, etc., etc. Those are the ones that add the extra power features. There's also one called green energy. I almost forgot about that one. That's a really neat one, which is, you know, in the starter phase as well, but definitely getting up there. So here you go. You can make a coal generator. Same recipe for pretty much everything, but you have a motor here. And to make a motor, you just use steel, copper, and some iron ingots, which is nice. And then we have the electronic furnace, basically the faster furnace, which brings us into a new feature, basic circuitry. And as you can see, here you go. Copper, redstone, steel makes a circuit, and of course there's actually more circuits than that. If I can find it in NEI here. Actually, I can probably just type it. Oh, here it is. Here's some of the components. So we've already done the copper. Of course, there's tools too, like a wrench. Actually, I should bring one of those out so we can show you it. Anything else we're missing? No, that's something else. Okay, steel. Okay, so you got the basic circuit. You got an advanced circuit. Let me actually go R. So the advanced circuit uses 2 basic circuits in redstone, and then you got the elite circuit, which is using gold and 2 of the advanced circuits, and a big lapis block in the middle. And of course, it showed you all the blocks. There's a new feature called oil, and oil's pretty neat to craft. To craft oil, you just take coal and surround it with a water bucket, and it'll turn into oil. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually probably more legit than mostly other oil type mods out there. This makes a bit more sense in a way if you learn about, you know, it doesn't quite come from coal, but I guess it makes a bit more sense. I'm not quite, you know, up to speed myself in that area, but one of the things you'll find is universal electricity actually, and the group of people try to strive for not like total realism, but they try to hit that, or plausible realism, I guess. So, you know, let's just say, for example, you know, piece of crap on the ground can give you methane gas. They would allow you to harvest crap off the ground to create methane gas. They wouldn't let you take, you know, non-swampy water and create methane gas, or they, you know, they try to make things a little more realistic or plausible, I guess, you know, even if it was a future-wise. But anyways, of course, they're always taking suggestions and ideas, so if you think something's not to your liking, or you think something's not quite, you know, that shouldn't be that way, but if you have a suggestion how it can be, then they're willing to listen, and they love to hear from you, etc., etc. But anyways, let's play with some of these machinery, shall we? So, here we go. Where are we? We get to watch Kane play with NEI all night long. There we go. So, here we go. We can set up our... Hey, where's my wire? Batteries. Now, when you place the battery box, red is incoming, like power going into there, and the black side is outgoing. And it doesn't face, like it faces the opposite. So you go like this, it'll face the right. If you go like this, it'll face right. Always right of you. And that's the input. So, if we make an array of these, like this, you can do your, you know, your average array. And then you take your coal here, and it faces behind you, like so. Nice. So you just take this. This is probably the coolest thing ever in this mod. Is 8. Oh, missed. 8. It's like looking, see if it looks equal. It doesn't even matter. Actually, I don't like looping wires, and I have no clue, to be honest, if looping wires are bad, but I know in other mods, looping wires and piping can be a devastating effect, especially for the calculation. So, here we go. There we go. So now we just need a bunch of coal, so we go and grab some coal, or charcoal. There we go. And you just jump that stuff in there, and it'll start firing up, and it'll heat. Yes, it says hull heat, and it will not produce any energy till it's up to 100%. Basically, the hull is, you know, to its minimum heat level, and once it starts getting to 100%, it'll start outputting power, which will go over here and fill the boxes up. And actually, for now, let's just do the 1 for the demonstration, just for now, so we can see it. So here we go, 66%, 70%, 80%. So we can start making our furnaces here. Electric furnace, here we go. So you can go like this, put a couple here. We won't connect it quite yet. So which one did we start here? Okay, so it's outputting 23 watts, but this will increase. I think it gets to about 450 watts or so of power that it can output. What is that, a half a kilowatt if I'm correct? I'm not really good with my wattage, but and you can see this actually output a certain voltage. This accepts 120, this accepts 120, you know, basic stuff there. This one tells you about the storage, so this stores 100,000 watt hours. It is a little confusing. I get confused myself, but I guess it all makes sense. It's like it's a new energy system, and instead of going basic, saying okay, your battery has 100,000 energy, they instead actually use proper. I wouldn't say, well, it is proper, but they use more real world terminology, real world conversions, etc. Instead of using a fake one just to make it easy on the user. So you got to kind of learn a bit on that. And call me crazy if I'm getting some of this wrong, because I'm not perfect. So here you go. Things are powering up, and you can see the speed it's going. See how slow it's going? But things will speed up over time. If we add a couple more power here, just so it doesn't... What happens is once it fills up, it'll start cooling down, and you don't want that. So what you do is the coal doesn't get burnt or eaten faster. It's actually getting eaten the same speed. So what you probably want to do is when you set this up, you probably want 3 batteries and fill it with coal, because the more power you keep outputting and storing at that one time, the better you're saving on that coal. So it just makes sense to make an array of these and only actually one of these. But anyways, let's try out this furnace. So here we go. Let's put this puppy here. So our furnace should be powered up now. It says idle. So if we take our tin here, copper and tin, and just throw this puppy in there, and there you go. You can see it working. As far as I know, there isn't anything special in the way of it doubles your bars or anything like that. It's basically a little faster furnace, and of course it's using the power of your battery and whatnot. And in the end, I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure, in the calculations you'll save a lot more energy, basically coal, in a normal furnace compared to this. So there we go. That's pretty awesome. You can see this puppy's filling up. You can see these are actually all filling up at once here. And this one's draining pretty quickly. But now you can see them starting to get really warm, which is pretty awesome. So if we go here and be a jerk and break these and watch this last one, look how fast it's filling up now. Yeah. And you also have batteries, which we saw before. And with the battery, when you first create it, it actually has, if you NEI it, it has a charge, which is cool, because there's been some other mods out there that couldn't do that properly at first. There we go. Might as well. I just didn't want to get full. So there you go. So you basically charge a battery, and if we take this off the grid, just so you can see how much power it takes, you put it up there, and you can see it draining it out, and then you can use that battery in, say, a furnace like this. And here we go. You take that battery and you throw it at the bottom here. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if this is a bug or a feature, it drains it actively, like almost like it's running on the power right now, like it's a fireplace, and you know, it's using the power. So if you're not actually doing anything with it, you're wasting it. Don't know if that's a feature or a bug there yet, but that's something I will bring up to their attention. Probably by the time you see that, if it was a bug, it'll be fixed, and if it was a feature, well, it'll be the same. But there you go. So you actively use it like this, and it works well, and you can see the battery drains. The batteries do drain quite fast, but I mean, they are tier 1 batteries. Not sure if there's going to be a tier 2 or tier 3 within the default universal electricity, or if that's going to be like more of a third party add-on there. But yeah, so what are we up to now? 300 watts. Okay, 300 watts is the max, so there you go. Now we know which one's the max. Perfect. So if we break all these and place this, there we go. Oh, oh shit, put it backwards. No, don't cool down on me. There you go. And it does look laggy and sluggish, and you're like, why does it do that? That's a feature. Instead of updating the ticks, and I guess maybe even the tiles, boom, 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 and having hundreds of these sitting around, and your client's like, you're stalling out and your computer's crashing and it's lagging, that is actually a feature. It's throttling it and not sending you as many updates as fast. That is not a bug. It might not look as smooth and perfect for you, but that's actually for you in the end. That's a beneficial thing there, which isn't a problem. I mean, it's not going to affect anything. It comes in like it comes in, pauses for a second, comes in, pauses for a second, and in the end, you'll get a lot less lag. Maybe there's a workaround down the road to prevent the lag and also make it look smooth, who knows, but at this time that is definitely a feature, and you should be thankful for that, because they are really careful about trying to provide something stable and down to the core. I guess that's what's the best part of this, down to the core, to provide something really good to expand on. And that's when we come in with all the other toys later on in our next spotlights. But yeah, I guess that pretty much sums it up for this mod, guys. Oh, I didn't show you the wrench. I might as well show you that. So it's just placing this, and you can just wrench it around. Simple as that. Pretty cool. Just changes the rotation on it. Doesn't do up and top. And there doesn't look like there's any kind of shift or anything like that to put it the opposite way or anything like that yet. But there's also no way to blow up your stuff at this point either with the basic mod, so it's not like it's a huge deal there. And you can see these puppies still going. And I assume if we break this wire, these will start to shut down and lose energy. Yes. Okay, here's another thing I didn't tell you guys about. You guys will love this. These are actually heated up, so consider them like mass ovens of... I don't even know how an actual charcoal or a coal plant works, but just imagine these are big-ass ovens, and what's actually happening is these are still so hot they're producing lots and lots of heat, which is actually energy. And you can see this battery box here filling up like crazy right now. And it doesn't even have any power in them. And they will do this over time, and they'll get slower. They had a little bug before, which was really fun. These threw out a bad variable, I guess, like it just kept going past, and you could get like 5-10K watts going into this, and I mean these would last for like ever. You just keep filling it up, and then you'd have enough energy for a lifetime. Of course, as a bug, and I mean this was starting out back, ages ago, but yeah, I mean it's pretty cool, and it's really fun to follow the development of this. So even if you're not, thinking, oh, it's not enough for me to play around with yet, or there's not enough features, just watch them and follow them. It's I guess a reward of its own just to follow these guys. And I think this is going to be one of the next big mods out there, guys. In fact, their ICBM mod is, I say, one of the coolest mods out there, and a lot more they're going to do with it. So you guys stay around and watch. And yeah, those are villagers going around building stuff as we're sitting here doing our spotlight. That was kind of cute. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight, and leave a comment, and have a wonderful day.